I like to just break this down plain and simple to the Democratic and the Republican Party. Because no matter how you look at what's going on right now in the Congress and the Senate, these are the two parties that are in control, and they're the ones that are doing everything. Doesn't matter what's happened to all the predecessors or anything else. The don't ask, don't tell is going to get approved. Homosexuals are going to be allowed into the military. Why? Because these two parties did it. It's only the right thing to do. And this leads to another measure. The measure is going to be that illegals are going to be allowed to become American citizens. They're already working on this right now. Again, what's the reasoning? Hey, it's only the right thing to do. And what is the right thing to do is you enforce the rules that you already have. But that's not the issue they want to do. They're going to actually say that it is the right thing to do, that we need to do this now. Why? Why are all these issues coming up? Because you know why? They know they can do it, and there's not anything you, I, or anybody else as far as the American public can do. And you know what? We all know this. We've even got this well-oiled machine, the Republican Democratic Party, has got a guarantee. Because they know, and they're going to start saying this, and everybody that I've talked to theoretically says the same thing, is that if you voted independent, which is what I'm suggesting right now, then you're only going to put in the ones I don't want in. I heard people say this the last time. Well, I voted for this individual, and the one I didn't want get in got in because I voted for Ross Perot. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't you realize and wake up that you're nothing but a pig in a pen? And where am I getting this from? How do you catch a bunch of wild pigs or pigs that are freedom? I'm using this only as an example. I'm not saying we're all a bunch of pigs, but let's use this just as an analogy. So you're in the jungle. You got a bunch of wild animals and they're free. Don't have to be pigs, but let's put any of them. But pigs are the best one. You put a bunch of food in that clearing. Okay, the animals come in and they start eating it. Next thing you do is that they all take off and the food's gone. You put in a fence, you put more food there, and what happens? They get used to that fence, they see the food, they eat it, and it's all done, and they go on their merry way. So you do the same thing again. You keep doing this until you've got a complete pen. And then what do? You put a gate on it. Now you're doing the same thing. You put the food in there, and all the wild animals who are free and everything go in there to start to eat it. You close the gate and they're contained. Now they're controlled. But what happens? You throw a whole bunch of more food in there and they shut up and they don't do a damn thing. And that's what we are right now. We are all being controlled by the Republican and Democratic Party. We're hoping that when this election comes up in 2 November that we're going to have to take a chance and vote on the one that would, or let's say it this way, we're going to have to vote on the one of the lesser two evils. Well, I'm hoping this one will do what he says, and I hope this one will do what he says. Who cares if they do or not? The Republican and Democratic Party are the ones that are controlling the whole darn thing. No matter what happens, they know that they are going to keep their foothold. It is guaranteed. It's either going to change to the Republican side, or it's going to change to the Democratic, or it's going to be a new Republican or a new Democrat. And you're going to be in the same position you were before. Same place we are right now. Are they going to control the deficit? They've got no reason to do it. They can scream, they can shout, but they still end up doing what they want to do anyway, don't they? What's the vote right now? 215 to 216. Tomorrow they may not even have to vote. And you know what? As long as we're being fed and told what we want to hear, we are not going to do nothing. Why? Because we know we can't. The Tea Party movement's trying to do something. I don't know how they're able to find the time to do it, but guess what? They're doing something. But that's all it is. They're making them in the background think, well, what about this or that? Then all of a sudden they get reassurances or threats from the party leaders, and they end up doing what the party wants anyway. And that is whatever they want. You're going to see gays in the military. You're going to see homosexuals getting married. You're going to see families being created by by two individuals of the same sex. You're going to see abortions being paid for by our tax dollars. Look, did I just mess up there? Am I professional as these people are? No, I'm not. But I'm tired of what I'm seeing going on. When Vietnam came out, I didn't wait for the draft. I went because I believed I was going to stop communism. I retired from the Marine Corps in 2000 as a Master Gunnery Sergeant. I thought I was going to be called to Iraq. They kept telling me I was going to go. Finally, I got a phone number and they said, guess what? I can send you over there in a month. And within a month, I was over there as a private contractor. So I spent 20 months in Iraq. Ladies and gentlemen, if I do what I'm suggesting right now, they are going to hammer me. They missed me in Iraq. They missed me in Vietnam. Hopefully they'll miss me here too. But I got a funny feeling I'm going to take a lot more shrapnel than I've ever hit before. Unless other people consider what I'm saying and even try it. And what am I suggesting? I'm going to take one day off, which is Thursdays, and I'm going to try and get as many people that are willing to help me and get signatures put on a petition so that I can get my name put on a ballot. If I get 10,000 signatures, because I'm going to run for Senate of Missouri, the state of Missouri, possibly I might be able to get my name put on that ballot. Now, if I do get my name on the ballot, there might be a Republican and a Democrat. I can assure you there probably will be running for the same position. But if you have a wild card on there, now you can tell these two individuals, guess what? The Republican and Democratic Party had their chance. They had their chance to come up with jobs. They had their jobs to control the homosexual issue, meaning they're not supposed to be in the military in the first place. Give them 90 days, get out. Or you get a dishonorable discharge. Illegals are not supposed to be here. Same thing. Give them 90 days to get out. If they want help, we'll even fly them home. All right? And if not, we're going to start looking for them. I worked for the post office. I was delivering mail. I can tell you right now on my route where all the illegals are. Or we can damn well do a good investigation in that area. So ladies and gentlemen, we can do this if we want. But we can't do it if we don't put the funds behind it too. Right now, homosexuals are trying to become scout leaders in the Scouts, Boy Scouts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to come up. It's probably going to happen. Gays are going to be allowed to get married. Abortions are going to be performed, whether we like it or not. If two people have consensual sex, why are we worried about what that woman who is now a mother is going to do with her child? Because if that woman gets killed or gets murdered, it's now profound. Why is it we can't show the same sympathy that we want to show for these two things that are not supposed to be there in the first place? But now we can't show that same sympathy for a child where two people have had consensual sex. You want to get a health bill? Get rid of what you have right now, Congress, and get rid of the controlled tort reform. Let's get jobs. I heard a term: borders, language, and culture. Ladies and gentlemen, that basically breaks down how the media is attacking the Christian and our conservative values, and that breaks down everything is what we stand for. I stand for borders, language, and culture. We're being content. We're being fed what we want, and we're going to stay that way. If you do not wake up, America, and if you do not go out there and try to do the same thing I'm doing and light a little fire everywhere there's a Republican or a Democrat running, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting screwed, and you're going to do it. You're going to get screwed too. And you know what's going to happen? Pretty soon we're going to start going to the slaughter. And it's happening quick. Our freedoms are going away like I've never seen before. People are sounding the media that they're really sincere and they're scared. They've got a reason to, but that's only because we're being fed what we want to hear. We need to put a threat to this parties. This well-oiled machine needs a sincere threat. And if that threat doesn't at least try to get there, ladies and gentlemen, again, we're getting screwed.